Everybody, Jay Manion here at the NPC Photo Gym. This is 1.5 days before the 2021 IFBB Pittsburgh Pro, which you're watching this afterwards. But I have one of your 25 IFBB Pittsburgh Pro wellness competitors and making her rookie pro debut.
I'm Shawnee Jacob.
All right, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm a little jet lagged, but I'm here and I'm so excited to be here, so thank you for having me.
All right, so do you want to explain to everybody why I'm wearing this?
Well, first, let me start off with my title. I am actually Hawaii's first IFBB wellness pro athlete. Hawaiian culture, typically showing up to somebody's house, you bring them, you don't show up empty-handed. So I brought some lays because I didn't know who was going to be here, so he got laid 3 times today, just so y'all know. And he got a nice goodie bag of some local Hawaii treats.
Listen, you said it, not me.
I said nothing.
You said the truth.
I did. You got laid 3 times.
I don't even know where to go from here.
It's no worse than you, Melissa, talking about what? Beefy butts?
She did. She talked about that.
Beef butts.
I think she said beefy.
Beef butts,
Something like that.
Yeah.
But, all right. So, talking to you and Alyssa today.
Yes.
You talked about how you were in the Arnold Amateur in 2020.
Yes.
And I said, but what was kind of really interesting is for the truly NPC season, because the Arnold Amateur is an NPC worldwide contest, but we had Alyssa, who was the first NPC competitor to turn pro in being wellness.
Yes.
She's our first wellness, first American.
Yep.
And I said, but you were in the last graduating class. You were in the Amateur Olympia, NPC worldwide in December.
Yes.
I said, so we kind of had the beginning and the end of 2020 here.
Yeah. I think because that was the last pro win show, national show. Yeah. I didn't even know about that or think about that until you said it actually today.
Yeah. And we had also had Amanda Rosende in here a couple weeks ago who won the overall.
One day I'm gonna learn to speak. I need to learn new languages because I love all these girls on Instagram. We speak in emojis because I don't understand anything that they're saying, but they're so sweet and supportive. All the girls.
Well, I'll just say because Amanda being Brazilian also, you have to learn a lot of Portuguese.
Yeah. Okay. We were talking about that backstage at the Amateur Olympia too.
Right.
I was like, what do I need to learn? I was like, I want to learn so I can speak back here too.
Yeah, well, considering that wellness was created in Brazil,
yes,
I'm expecting to see a lot more Brazilian competitors in the future. And plus, hopefully once their country completely opens up as well.
Yes, lots of precautions right now and restrictions. I
So,
hope so. My fingers are crossed for them because this is definitely right up their alley.
Right, right. So how does it feel going into your first pro contest?
Well, JM, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't want to do this show.
Why?
When I won, originally, I missed my pro card by 1 spot at nationals before I won it at the Olympia. I was done. I didn't want to do any more shows that year. I was like, no, I'm done. And finally, with some words of encouragement from a few people, I jumped in and I decided to do it, and I just kind of took all the pressure off. And thank God I did, because I ended up being a top 3 overall. I couldn't imagine if I didn't go. But when I won, I was like, okay. I'm gonna make my decision when I want to do my pro debut, and I'm not gonna be bullied into anything. And then somebody over here really likes to throw shade everywhere he goes. Couldn't imagine who that may be. JM starts calling out everybody.
I did a video for every division of the Pittsburgh Pro. Basically right here. Okay, holding my phone or somewhere in this vicinity.
Yeah.
And I just thought that I'd give people a little encouragement to do the contest. Just because I dropped 25, 30 wellness names, 40 in bikini.
Just 25, 40, just a couple.
But you do realize I did it off the top of my head, right? I don't practice. I don't have a cheat sheet. I don't have I'm not, if you could tell, I was not reading off anything.
You have a memory of an elephant, though. So how, you could probably tell, somebody could
And a lot of
probably-
you, I was calling you out from your contest too, wasn't I?
Yes, yes, you are very, very precise. By the way, I was not on that list, just so you know. So that's me throwing shade at you.
There you go.
I hope you like that taste.
Well, again, see, if I had a cheat sheet,
I know.
I would have had everybody's name.
But you started pumping up your show, and I started looking at it, and I was like, no, I just don't want to. I don't want to. And I started praying on it, and I really just sat with it, and I thought back. I'm like, you know what? Pittsburgh is actually where it began for me. My first national show that I coached myself to was actually in Pittsburgh in 2018, North Americans, Gary Udit show.
Right.
And I fell in love with it. He sold me on it completely. He ran just a super smooth show. Everything was so easy. You had text alerts. I really loved it.
Right.
I met you there. It was great. So I was like, you know what? I like I said, I prayed about it, and it just felt right. I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna get up there. I was like, you miss every shot that you don't take. So.
And listen, this is history.
It is. That's another reason I did it.
It is. I mean, and like I said, my goal was to get 20 pro wellness in this contest.
And you got 25?
Got 25. And listen, I mean, I pushed it to the end. I mean, Frida Paulson was actually number 20 that she signed, a little over 2.5 weeks ago at the Wasatch Warrior NPC IFBB contest. And I was figuring, okay, that's probably going to be it.
Yeah, you thought you were done.
I thought I was done.
You reached your
I
goal.
reached my goal. I was extremely happy that day. And then my daughter Cassie, who works at the NPC and IFBB Pro office, goes, well, don't get too excited. And I'm like, why? She goes, because I had 3 other wellness pros request their contracts. I'm like, oh, okay. How about that?
Yeah,
Right?
See, throwing all that shade.
Yeah. And now we had yesterday an update, and we are now officially 25. And guess what? That's more than the pro bikini in the contest.
What did I tell you earlier?
Right?
Remember how I said just move over? Just scooch over bikini?
Well, the other thing, I don't think you know this, but I've said it, but you may have heard, but I would have never guessed you could have filled up this entire gym with $100 bills, and I would have lost. That the NPC USA Championships in 2020, in a shortened season that we basically had for pro qualifiers from Junior USA to the last weekend of August to the Amateur Olympia the weekend before Christmas, but the USA was the week before, there was more amateur wellness in that contest than there were figure.
Really?
First time they ever beat another division in a pro qualifying event.
Wow.
15, there was 15 more, and people go, 15, that's a lot. If there was one more, that's a lot. But the fact that there was
15, yeah.
that's huge.
It's good turnout.
I said, takeover has begun,
It has begun.
Wellness takeover.
It has begun.
And I was just like stunned, because I remember Tarek El-Gindi going, listen, I gotta tell you something. And I'm always thinking, when someone says it, I'm always thinking the worst.
Yeah,
right?
your anxiety.
He's like, you'll never believe this. There are actually more wellness competitors in the USA. And I go, Tarek. He goes, no, I've had my statistician run the numbers 3 times. He goes, I did not want to come to you with the wrong information.
Yeah.
We were both like, wow, it was crazy. And now, here we are with one of the top 5 biggest IFBB Pro League contests.
Yeah.
And there's more wellness than there is pro bikini. And pro bikini has a lineage because from 2010 through 2019, every bikini Olympia champion except for one has competed in the Pittsburgh Pro Bikini.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You want to throw some shade on who that was that didn't compete?
Oh, no, that's okay.
I'm just teasing.
But she won the Olympia.
Oh, okay, well, good for her.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Every bikini Olympia champion but one has done the contest.
Oh.
Natalia Mello, who won the very first Pittsburgh Pro Bikini, went on to win the 2012 Bikini Olympia.
Oh, good for her.
I mean, Angelica's won this, Issa's won this.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had so many high-level champions.
Elite athletes.
Right.
Yes.
And, it's the same with every division. From 2010 till now, we have had 13 Olympians. 13 athletes that did the Pittsburgh Pro that went on to win the Olympia in their division.
That's awesome.
Okay? That's not just bikini. I'm just saying,
It's like
That's
like a,
all
like
together.
a genie in a bottle.
Right.
Like a good luck charm.
Right. And like I said, just because those bikini Olympians probably over half of them did not win.
Yeah.
There were ones that were the reigning bikini Olympia champions came to Pittsburgh and didn't win.
Yeah, yeah.
So the fact that you all are making history, whoever wins this first one will really go down in the history books for wellness because it's the very first international wellness contest with athletes from every country.
I know. I'm so excited to be a part of it. I'm stoked. It's literally, I mean, if you look over it, I keep saying the best of 2020 because, that's when our division started evolving. So
Right.
I'm like, when people are asking me like, oh, well, how is it? What are the other athletes? I'm like, the best of the best. I'm like, the best of the best. All of 2020, I was like, all of these girls came in red hot. They're winning overalls. They're jumping straight in. I was like, they're made for this. I was like, so yes. I was like, it's going to be, I'm just as excited for you as like, I understand why you were hyping it up, why you were like, hey, because it's going to be so cool to see, the diversity and the different heights and sizes and curves. And
Because there's no class divisions now. It's all one.
It's just, you could be this tall and have legs this long or this short and just it's what looks good on your body.
As I said, I wanted this to be the pre-Olympia Wellness Olympia.
Yes.
And I think we've succeeded.
Who's going to be there? That's what this is.
Right.
This show is going to tell you who's going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, I personally feel that between Pittsburgh Pro and New York Pro, whoever is in those top two that get those qualifications.
Yeah.
But I say the top 5 in each contest will be your front runners for the Wellness Olympia this year.
Yes, 110%.
Those are the competitors that everyone's going to start keying on because the division will be set here and at New York Pro, and then it moves on from here.
Yep. Then it just evolves.
Right.
It does. It's going to keep evolving and keep growing. It's going to be very neat to look back on it in a few years and be like, I was a part of that. Like, I'm still a part of that. Like,
Right, because, the Pittsburgh Pro's wide open.
Yes, yeah. I remember when I found out about the wellness division coming out, and I had just competed at Steve's Universe, and I remember
In bikini?
In bikini, yes. In 2019, I competed in bikini, and it was one of my favorite packages that I brought, and I got a top 10, which is great, just because my legs, I can't get my legs down.
Right.
And I remember walking off stage, and I was going backstage, and Guy, yes, Guy, I had never met him, and he found me, and he's like, I just want to tell you to keep going. He's like, you are beautiful, and he's like, we have a division next year that's going to come out, and it's you. He's like, you are this division. He's like, keep going. And then we kind of stayed in contact and stuff, and he's just been hyping me up ever since. And
Good.
He was right. So, and he got to see me win my pro card.
Right, because he was expediter at the Olympia.
Yeah, somebody took a video, and guys, I looked at it the other day, and Guy's actually in the background like this. So I was like, aw. So it's just so nice to have like so much love and support, and somebody see your potential. Just because you don't necessarily fit into this criteria of bikini, because I know we were talking about this earlier.
Right.
I'm sure you see beautiful women of all different shapes and sizes, and some for bikini, and you're like, you look great. You just don't quite fit this division. Right. So it's great that we have somewhere to go, all athletes, because you see them coming from figure. You see them coming from bikini. You see girls that were just made for wellness that are just like, I'm going to start competing now.
Right.
So, I'm very grateful. It's just been a very big blessing.
Been interesting watching the at MPC Wellness Instagram page, and I see on there a lot of female athletes from other sports.
Yeah.
Okay, inquiring, interested, want to know.
Yes.
And we send them the rules on NPC News Online. But they're aware of the division.
Yes.
And it's something that they want to try. And they always said, and pretty much everyone has said, I never in my life thought I'd want to put on a bikini and walk on and heels and walk on a stage.
Yeah.
But this division, I want to try it.
Yes.
So you're going to get athletes from other sports that have never ever done this that want to do it.
I think it's going to bring in an entirely different mesh of people, and just how cool is that?
Right. And the fact that there's, that wellness is getting out to other sports.
Yes. Yeah. It's not just it's a different way to show a different training as well, because, a lot of people don't always understand what bodybuilding exactly is. They think that you have to do a whole bunch of cardio or this or that.
Right.
And I'm like, no. Or you have to be drenched in sweat after your workout. Otherwise, I'm like, no, you have to rest between sets. It depends on what you're doing that day. Very important. I was like, bodybuilding's a different style. So I think that's great. More knowledge. Knowledge
Right.
is key, right?
Yep,
so
absolutely.
Health and wellness always. I'm excited about it.
So how many years have you been lifting now?
I started lifting in 2015.
Okay.
Yep. 2015, I decided I was gonna do a show, and it was a natural bodybuilding federation, just one that I had tried out. 2017, I started competing. It was my first NPC show, with a pregnancy in between. I actually competed on my son's first birthday.
Oh, wow.
I was on stage.
Nice.
So yeah.
And how many kids do you have?
I have 2 boys, and they're back at home right now, and I'm away from them for a month, and I miss them so much. So if they see this, I love you guys.
But listen, outside of the competitors that have come from Brazil, Shawnee has come the farthest. She's the American competitor that has come the farthest to compete.
Yes. I'm also your only redhead, just so you know.
There you go. But just goes to show that there are no excuses.
None. We fought through COVID. For 2020, JM, I know I told you that I went to Arnold, and I did 3 different divisions there, which is kind of unheard of, but I did bikini, wellness, and figure. I'd never even done wellness, never done figure. I made 2 top 5s in those divisions. I placed a 7th in bikini. I came home and I'm gonna say Tiger King started. And,
That's good.
Tiger King started.
If you don't understand it, then you weren't part of the world at this point.
Yeah, where have you been? Like the last year, right? And I'm sure everybody put on some quarantine weight when the gyms closed down, or at least I did. I went from my leanest at 8% body fat to 147 pounds just to come back and win my pro card at the end of the year. So it was great. But I think all that size kind of helped, because I never stopped lifting.
Right.
I do have a at-home workout. I have my barbell. I have weights, so I was lucky in that. But at-home workouts are hard.
Right.
They are very hard.
Well, with everything shut down, I know in Hawaii everything was shut down, right?
Everything.
So you did basically all home workouts.
Yes. Yeah. To a certain point, I did. And then I secretly got gym access. I will not.
Don't mention them.
No.
Who knows?
They're not closed now. I said it
I
wasn't.
know, but they might still get their hands slapped, because you never know. People are crazy.
Yeah. Well,
There's Karens everywhere.
I will tell you that what I had to do, I had to get up at 2:45 in the morning,
Okay.
and I had to be done by 5:30. So I was pretty committed to it, because I lived an hour from that gym,
Oh, wow, okay.
and I would go every day. So, and then come home, be a mom, because my job's not working. My kids are out of school, so I'm a teacher now, apparently.
Right.
Not a very good one, just so you know. But thankfully, it's slowly opening back up, and I'm glad that I have gym access now. That was a big, just mentally for me.
Right.
I needed that for that, that therapeutic. It's
Right.
Definitely.
All right.
I'm glad.
So do you have any other contests planned for after Pittsburgh?
I do. I'm going to do New York after. I actually have my contracts for you.
Okay.
I'm going to do Milwaukee, and I know for sure I'm going to do Chicago Pro. I'm going to do Tampa Pro. I wanted to do the Arnold, but we talked earlier, may not so sure about that. And I'm penciling in the Olympia, if you have that penciled in for you too.
I have that in pen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Good.
it's non-erasable.
Okay, all right.
Maybe that's what you should do.
Maybe I should get a permanent marker.
There you go.
Yeah.
Will it into existence.
Yeah. Remember what me and Alyssa were saying? We're manifesting.
Well, there's a guy here in Pittsburgh that talks about manifesting all the time.
Does he?
Yams. You know what yams is? You don't know. You're laughing because you're thinking of yams, right? Your ambition manifests success.
Oh, I like that.
2019 IFBB Men's Physique Olympia, Raymond Edmonds from Pittsburgh.
I know who that is.
And he's got a whole thing about it. He's got a line of clothing coming out. He's going to be having a Yams Performance Center here in Pittsburgh.
Yams. Do you think his logo is going to be an actual yam?
No, it's just the YAMS.
I know, I was teasing.
But he said he goes, because he's competing in the show,
Oh, yeah?
going for his four-peat.
Four-peat.
Yeah, which we'll know whenever this airs, whether he did or didn't.
We will.
But he said it's yam season now.
Maybe we should manifest it for him. Manifesting it for you. You feel it?
So it's yam season for you.
It's yam season, that's right. I'm coming for that. I'm coming for that OQ.
So when you see Raymond on Friday,
Say yams.
tell him you know what yams is.
Yams. Got it.
He'll love it.
I bet he will. I
Yeah.
know, I will. I'll tell him.
Yeah,
Which
but that's been his motto for years, and he
Really?
decided to actually
do something with it?
Right.
Yeah, that's a good
your
idea.
ambition manifest success.
I like that. I like that.
Yam season.
I'm excited to see the clothing that he comes out with.
Yeah, well, it's probably going to be all black and yellow because we're from
Have you-
Pittsburgh, but
I wore yellow for you.
I know, I like
I
that.
did. I wore
like that.
wore some yellow.
Yeah, I did too.
I know you always do.
It's like, it's the only color scheme in Pittsburgh. What do you want?
I know. Thankfully, I look good in yellow. So
You do realize that Pittsburgh is the only city in the entire world that all their professional sports teams are the same color.
No, I didn't know
They're all
that.
black and yellow.
But I do know that there are some hard like Pittsburgh fans because flying here, I saw jerseys just all in the airplane. I was like, oh, I was like, all right. I was like, I'm glad I didn't wear my Miami Dolphins stuff.
You're right. Well, you know what? You might get a pass for that. You want to know why?
Tell me.
Because Dan Marino used to play for the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Dan Marino's from Pittsburgh.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Actually, Dan Marino went to Pittsburgh Central Catholic High School, and so did Tyler. My son went to Pittsburgh Central Catholic High School. See? So you might get a pass if it was a Marino jersey. I don't know if any other jersey, but if you had a Dan Marino Dolphins jersey on, you'd probably get a pass for that. But everybody knows that Marino went to Miami.
My dad's a diehard Miami fan, so we grew up on. You got Pittsburgh. I'm the Florida native. So yes, but they are definitely. I couldn't believe how many like Pittsburgh jerseys, and I was like on the airplane. I'm like, where are y'all going?
I mean, let's be completely honest here. Okay, how many people
I get
outside of
scared
this
when you
city
say
would
this.
wear shoes like this?
I don't. Ashley Kay would wear those. She likes some funky shoes.
Yeah, but still, not many people would.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Did you make those? Did you cut
No,
them?
they're from No Bull. They're No Bull.
Oh, okay. And he made them in those colors just for you?
No, they
I'm
actually sound like that.
teasing and teasing. Maybe he thought of you.
Well, this
He's-
is No
he's
Bull.
been
This is
here?
this is No Bull.
No bull, not, okay, I'm thinking of.
N-O space B-U-L-L.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's the name of the brand.
Yes. I like them.
So
They're some cool kicks. They look like black and yellow tie-dyes.
yeah,
I would wear them.
good. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think yellow's a solid good color, and black matches with everything. You can't
That's
beat it, right?
That's it.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anybody else you want to give a shout out to here?
My bikini lady, she made the most stunning suit. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. I'm gonna look like a true mermaid from Hawaii coming out of the water, but with wellness legs. I'd like to thank everybody.
Wait. Who's your bikini lady?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked. Crystal at Bikini Lab Hawaii. She does stunning suits.
She has a real bikini lab, like a laboratory.
She actually she has a beautiful store on the North Shore. So if you're ever there, stop by so she can hook you up.
Drop your name.
Yeah, drop my name. Definitely drop.
See?
She's already gonna know who you are though. And she did a phenomenal job. And I'd like to thank everybody at my home gym, Iron Hawaiian Fitness. They've been so good to me over the last 3 years, and taking really good care of me. And it's just old school equipment, and I really appreciate them. I have a lot of love and support coming from Ohio. Why am I thinking about Ohio?
I don't know.
From Hawaii. And my husband, my kids, just everybody. I really feel loved. There's so many people to thank. And when it gets to this point, you really, really feel it, because people know that your show's coming up. They see how long you've worked for it. They see your hangry days. They see you in the gym, beaten down and tired after a long day at work. And just, I think that's where the real growth happens. That's where you feel it. And I think that's what hooks people about doing this.
There you go.
know,
Yeah.
you're kind of like, why are you doing it? You smell gross. You don't feel good. You're hungry. But there's this, I don't know, there's this sensation that just fills you up. And I think that's part of the love and support that you get and being around people of common interest. It's definitely great.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, well, Jay and Manion,
And I'm Shawnee Jacob.
signing out for NPCNewsOnline.com.
West Side.